Man, if I could choose anybody, I'd choose Tank. That's the fight I want.
What have you done in the sport?
I think it's just because I've been on my own. You know, I don't have nobody really like backing me up. My own manager, been my own promoter. I just know what I'm about. 42-0.
The young one is looking more better than him.
Yeah, man. Everybody wants to see me, you know, fight somebody at my level. I think if anybody could beat Tank, it's me.
Shakur Stevenson is the kind of fighter that he's gonna fight his fight regardless.
I had close to like 300 amateur fights.
I much rather see Tank fight other guys. Yeah, but he's there to fight.
I guess he was the first national champion that I fought. He had all his team. He had a big team. He had all his team cheering for him. It was just me. I mean, if he wants his get back, I'm here.
Gervonta Davis has a bigger threat than Shakur Stevenson. What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. So there is a new name out there who wants to take on Tank Davis after he gets done with Lamont Roach. Hopefully he gets that victory. I just want to break down why I feel like this fighter is a bigger threat to Gervonta Davis's crown if he gets the fight than Shakur Stevenson.
And why don't you tell all these nice folks why you've been ducking me?
Give my 5,000 nickels for anybody a lick.
God, if you listen, hell!
Alright, y'all. So, who is this mystery fighter who is threatening the crown of Gervonta Tank Davis?
Fake tough.
Now, let me start with this, because I've said in the past, the guy who beats Gervonta Davis, or the fighter who beats Gervonta Davis, is going to be a fighter who can hurt Gervonta Davis. The reason why a lot of these guys who he's fought in the past, they can't beat him is because they can't hurt him. And one thing I will agree with, I heard someone say, I can't remember where I heard it at, but I heard it in another boxing video. As a matter of fact, I think it was Shakur Stevenson who said it.
Even the guys you knocked out, they all been on a weight clause. But like, I'm a fighter, I know what's going on. You're taking the less talented fighters and putting them in the ring with yourself and making them look as though they are on this level, but they're not.
He said that he's fighting guys he knows are not on his level. I won't agree with that. I think any professional boxer is on the level of another professional boxer. It's the reason that you're a professional. You all might not have the same skill sets and the same ring knowledge and the same experience, but you're all professionals. So they're all on an even keel when it comes to that. But one thing I do agree with is Gervonta Davis's last few fights have all been against fighters coming up in weight. And the one thing you should know if you into boxing is that when you're coming up in weight, the power usually doesn't carry quickly to the next weight class. It usually comes, but it's usually a couple of months to a year behind the weight that you picked up. So your body got to get used to the weight. Then your body can adapt and start to throw harder punches. So I will agree that the fighters that Gervonta Davis has been fighting have all been from a lower weight class and perhaps their power hadn't traveled up. But that's the last few fights. That was Frank Martin and a couple of other guys. But what about Ryan Garcia and Leo Santa Cruz and Mario Barrios, all guys that are actually naturally bigger than Tank? You know, why didn't they have more success against Tank? And that's where, to me, the ring IQ and his actual boxing skill come into play. And once again, that's the reason why I say it's going to take a fighter who can hurt Tank to beat Tank. So let's go back to the beginning where I said that, and this new fighter who's coming into play.
Man, if I could choose anybody, I'd choose Tank.
The reason Ryan Garcia and Santa Cruz and all these other guys, Mario Barrios, couldn't beat him, they couldn't hurt him. And it's not that Mario Barrios and Santa Cruz and Ryan Garcia don't got pop on their punch. I think the problem is Tank at that weight class just has more. And those guys felt like they were weight drained and they had to move up a weight class because their power wasn't there because they were dropping too much weight and they were feeling pretty sure physically fatigued during their fights when they should be at their physical peak because they're bigger naturally than Tank. So this new guy, Abel Mendoza, he doesn't have that problem. He's not a speed style fighter. If you watch his footage, he is a break 'em down power fighter. And the only thing I think that Gervonta Davis would have over him, you know, that he has experience. So, well, I can't really say he has experience because this guy has 300-something amateur fights, and he has a 40-0 professional record. So I can't say he has experience, but I think that Abel Mendoza can match Gervonta Davis's firepower. And what would, to me, ultimately win the fight for Gervonta Davis would be, can he outlast that firepower? Which I think he can. I think the real question would be, can Mendoza last until the 6th round and beyond with Gervonta Davis? Because if he can make it to the 6th round, that means he can take Tank's punch. If he can't, that means Tank's been beating on him and he's slowing him down for 6 rounds. And to me, I think this would be a war, and I think that's what Gervonta Davis really doesn't want. He doesn't want a war for 6 or 7 or 8 rounds, and none of these fighters have been able to take that war to him because they're scared of Gervonta Davis's power. Abel Mendoza doesn't have that problem because he can throw back. Now, the real question is his competition level. He's had 40 fights, but they've all been against waiters and garbage truck drivers. I wouldn't say all of them because he does have a fight versus Gervonta Davis's next opponent, Lamont Roach. So it's going to be interesting to see how that Roach fight plays out because Abel Mendoza actually beat Lamont Roach in the amateurs. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this next Tank fight plays out. It's going to be interesting to see if Mendoza can land himself a promotional company. Perhaps he goes and signs with PBC and gets that Gervonta Davis fight next. There's some rumors out there. Tank's going to fight Ryan Garcia, or he's going to fight Shakur next. There's even been a rumor that he might fight Devin Haney next. But this Mendoza fight, I think, would be a real barn burner. It'd be something special for that young man if he can actually land it.
Man, if I could choose anybody, I'd choose Tank. That's the fight I want. I think it's just because I've been on my own. You know, I don't have nobody really like backing me up. My own manager, been my own promoter. I just know what I'm about. 42-0. Yeah, man, everybody wants to see me, you know, fight somebody at my level. I think if anybody could be Tank, it's me.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. Hit that like button for me. Share, subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you're more than likely to get a response on the tube. So holler at me over there. You want to collabo? Yes, I did make this shirt and I make hoodies. Feature a product, your channel, on my channel. Or you want me to make you a t-shirt? Hit your boy Gmail because it is a flock of cards at gmail.com. And we aren't out of here.